So this will be a really quick video, I would have thought. I just want to show the platform and show the wall. There's plenty of horse flies around here. I don't know what that was then. I don't know what that was then. Can you say that again if you're on this frequency? So where is the platform, or the beginning of it?
Real tricky.
It's mad, isn't it, to think that I'm walking on a platform that a train would want to come down. I don't know why there's a gap there. I don't get that. Well, this would have been a single track train, I would have thought. I'm assuming that's what it was. Do you know what day it is? Welcome to the former Broadley train station, which is in Whitworth. This train station is really interesting actually. You'll see some more equipment going off, and I'm going to explain why later on in the video, why this location is pretty cool actually for this type of work. Do you know what day it is? Look how old, look how overgrown it's all got. So this picture is taken in 1955, believe it or not, when the train track was active. And this picture is more or less where the train is where I'm stood right about now. See, near the platform, this is where people would speak, yeah. Sometimes it just captures what people used to say, like bits and bats of it. And it's just distorted because obviously it's shit caught from the past, like. Anyway, just want to show this, and then like the next stop's more or less Healey, Dell. Welcome to another video. So today is just a quick video, it's not going to be long at all. It's just the former Broadley train station, which is on cycle track 92 in Rochdale, or they call it 661. I've been here probably twice before. The last time I was here I was getting cat ball action, so I thought I was going through this way getting some stuff for Google, so I thought I might as well just get some recordings whilst I'm here, just to see if it's still active really. So this is probably in line with the last video I did, which was Groton train station, but this you can see the I'll say the features better. There's much better features in this video, or in this location. I'll just show you around anyway. So this is quite spooky here at night time. It's quite a spooky place. It says road closed, there's no road there. I think it's supposed to say footpath. So, I just want to show you this quick reel. I just want to do some, like I say, get some quick recordings. Get some quick recordings and then see if there's any response to like any of the questions that I ask, really. This, for me, not many people know about this, like this area, and looking at train tracks, I absolutely love doing, to be honest, at old railway lines, because like, it is not far from my house and I absolutely love coming here, and it's a great walk as well. So coming here in the day is really good, but when you come over here at night, it's got, you know, it's got some kind of feel to it and stuff. You've only got to come down here on your own, and you know, at night time, and it definitely has a feel, especially being next to Healey Dell. And Healey Dell's like another story, so I don't really want to go down that rabbit hole because I've been down here loads, so, you know, doing videos at Healey Dell and stuff. So we'll have a look at this Broadley train station. There should be some good stuff on the Vox. I've got no doubt there'll be some magnetism through ghost tube. It's just looking at it again, really, some time to do this and just come back to a place if it's convenient for me, which this case it is. So this is quite a common place I've been at night time, and it's really eerie, to be honest. But like, obviously, daytimes, you know, it's a beautiful place, really. I just want to notice, yeah, whenever they dig railway lines, you always get like a hill, like you've got here, where they've had to, the navvies would have had to dig like the bed, if you get me, so the train could come through the valley. So I just want to show you the surrounding area and, you know, the remains of an old railway line. I don't know what that is, actually. I don't know if that had something to do with the railway line or if that's an old fence, but I really don't know what that is. I'll just zoom in a little bit. No idea what that is. So I think the station is just up here, and there should be a platform and stuff as well that we can have a look at. I always wonder if the train actually, you know, which way it went, whether it just went straight on, which I think that it did, but when you get little veer-offs like this, I don't think that was part of the track, but I don't actually know. It could be a tram line for all I know, or an old tram line. But this place is really ancient. Here it is, it's just up here. So I'm just going to let the Vox go, yeah, so if we get some train sounds, that'd be really good if we get that in the day. Doesn't take long, really, for voices and sounds to start coming through. That's very common, actually, because we had something like that in the last video where it was just nothing but bogginess. I mean, you won't want to walk through that, it's almost like a swamp. And this is quite common when you come to old railway lines. They're just really boggy for some reason in certain parts. And then in the last video that I did, there was grates in the floor which would get rid of all this. So it's going to be some frogs there by the looks of that, because that's all, they're all tadpoles. There's loads of them in there, in fact. So this takes you up to the houses that live up there. I'm assuming. I think that's the case. School.
Growing.
So these are the voices of either the old train masters or the sounds from the past, or there's actually spirits here that still lurk this area. And I only start to understand this. Because when I ask a question and I get a response really straight away. So what I want to show you is this, really. So you've got the old train wall here, look. Well, it's not a train wall, but you know, this obviously would have been here when the train obviously first came through. So this will be a really quick video, I would have thought. I just want to show the platform and show the wall. There's plenty of horse flies around here. I don't know what that was then. Can you say that again if you're on this frequency? So where is the platform, or the beginning of it?
Real tricky.
It's mad, isn't it, to think that walking on a platform that a train would want to come down. I don't know why there's a gap there. I don't get that. Well, this would have been a single track train, I would have thought. I'm assuming that's what it was. Do you know what day it is? Look at how old, look how overgrown it's all got. So this is what was Broadley train station, which was part of the Viaduct-Rochdale line. This picture was taken in 1955, and obviously the trains ran from 1870 until closure, which was in 1947. So it says here that the station had one platform on the western side of the line. Obviously, there was a footbridge which was adjacent to the road. You can't see the footbridge now, it's not there, but this goes to show the station closed to passengers on the 16th of June 1947. And that picture more or less there is where I'm standing now, and there's a gap, I don't know if you can see it, in the between the two platforms. And this is the higher up view of the picture, more or less where I am now. There's the magnetism. I have no idea what that was, the gap here. You've got a little train thing here on the bench. So I put cat balls. There's a lot of magnetism here for some reason. I don't know what it is. Let me just walk back here again. Again, yeah. So I put cat balls down here, and then they started going off last time I was here.
Karma.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this is obviously 18th century, so it'd be Victorian. It goes to show how Victorian stuff lasts, because it really does.
Peak.
It's a peak. You have a look if you want. So I think this refers to the old footbridge that were adjacent to the road, so that was for pedestrian access so they could get down to the platform. It's just to the right side there, higher up, but you can't see it obviously because it's obviously not there, but that's what it used to be. So I just wanted to show the footbridge. So that's where I am now, that more or less that bridge. And you can see the footbridge to the right hand side of the bridge. That's not there now, it's been taken away, but that's how the pedestrians will come down onto this platform. So there is a road where the people would come down onto that footbridge, if you like, that's adjacent to the wall, and that road's called Station Road. It's obviously in Whitworth, and you can just, it's still there now actually. So I've always rated this route, this cycle route for paranormal activity, as there's so much residual and intelligent activity throughout this line that runs from Rochdale to Bacup. So I don't actually know where the people would come from to come to the platform, because there's no public access, or I can't see any, unless it's been taken away now. Unless it was, there was maybe some steps up there that we passed. See, near the platform, this is where people would speak, yeah. Sometimes it just captures what people used to say, like bits and bats of it. And it's just distorted because obviously it's shit caught from the past, like. Anyway, I just want to show this, and then like the next stop's more or less Healey Dell. Do you know your name? Can you say it? Yeah. Say it then. Say it then.
Contact.
I don't know where that takes you, to be honest. I think it takes you round the other side.
Precedent.
So this is just littered with voices, like up and down the cycle track. See that? That seems to be higher, the platform here, than it does further down.
There.
Ah, so that'll take you onto the road. That path there will take you onto that road up there. And this is what you call Victorian engineering. You see this a lot of places in Manchester as well, where, you know, they've 18th century style, you know, Victorian style masonry work. I don't know if actually that's new though. I don't think that it is. I think that's original.
Together.
See, that's the kind of voices that I look for. I have to slow that one down. See, that's. So my next stop is Healey Dell, like the Viaduct. So, for those that don't know, I'll tell you now. So Healey Dell was part of. There was a lot of suicides going on at one point. Yeah, there was 5 or 4 locations throughout the area that I live in, which is in Rochdale. This is one of them. Smithby Bridge train station was another. Seven Sisters was another, and there was another one that comes. Oh yeah, Queen's Park Bridge was another. So all for, if you ever looked, at the years of these deaths, it was around about. It was before 2021, yeah. Before that, and it was before 2019. It was before COVID too, but different. They weren't doing it all at the same time. It was different different times at different locations, different dates as well. But it was all before I started my channel. So I could go more into that. I'll have to vlog further into that to tell you more. But I'd be digressing from the point that I want to make, which is Healey Dell obviously had had numerous suicides, and it also had someone that fell off. I don't know if they got pushed and it was an accident, but they managed to survive. I think they landed in a tree or something which broke the fall. So Healey Dell, ever since I started coming up here, has had no suicides whatsoever. There's been no attempts neither, which is good. I mean, all the locations that I mentioned have had a 100% reduction rate. So there was obviously this location. Obviously, you know, it's quite interesting to me. Obviously, because of the deaths and why people would come here. But the main thing is that there's no one doing it now. That's like the main thing. But I obviously want to walk across the viaducts now and like listen to the Vox, and then the Vox will tell me more. Now, if it gets to the point again where I have to go further down to the bottom of the viaduct, which I have done previously, then I'll do that. But this location for me is there's no problems here now. This is what the point I'm trying to make is the work's done. I just want to make sure it is done. So the Vox should tell me like as I walk across. So if you just listen to the Vox, and there should be no dark demonic stuff like we just had back there, which was further on down. So it should really be clear really as we walk across the viaduct now. So I just want to tell you all that before I walk across the viaduct. I'm only doing it once. I'm not going to keep walking back and forward because I've done the work previously. But the point I'm trying to make is these visits help. Like this content helps stuff like this when you have suicides and stuff. So and no one wants suicides really in their community. So I'll walk across now, and we should really get next to nothing really, which is what I want. So everything I said was true up until recently, up until the 30th of March actually. This is where a man is obviously found in the water. It doesn't say where, and it doesn't say if it's anything to do with the viaducts. So the information is really limited. So I don't know if this incident is anything to do with the viaduct or not. But there's a trend that we're going to be looking at in a minute, which is related to what I was just talking about with the suicides and the I don't want to use the word attraction yet, but why people are coming here to jump off the viaduct really. Now, we can speculate more into that, but I don't want to do that yet because that's ready for a vlog really. But I need to stay on point really. I need to keep my points to the main focus of the points I'm trying to make. So let's make them points on the trends and the suicides. So let's have a look at the previous trends before this one that I just mentioned. This is another one recently from this year, and I don't know if that's at the viaduct or not. It's just like the last one. But this is the viaduct, this American backpacker that posts farewell before unfortunately jumping from the viaduct. And this is when it all started, really. There has been previous incidents as well. This was another one. I don't want to say too much about that one. You can read up on that one if you like, and it'll tell you more about that specific case. But it is to do with the viaduct. This other one here is where you can just read the headlines. It's the same place as well, Healey Viaduct, and you can just type it in really, and you could find more than I could if you wanted to. This was just after a few minutes searching because I know of the viaducts past, and I know there's recent times where I've had to come here and obviously try to understand what's going on. This was a girl that fell, yeah, but obviously she didn't die. I think a tree saved her. So I know this place, like this full route, this cycle route, as a really active place. Not many people know about it, but I know about it. So it's always good to come here on a full moon especially, but this is what you'll see here, like the Samaritan stuff. This is what I was talking to you about before, that they've got, obviously they are making an effort here. Queen's Park Bridge is the one where they make an effort. They'll start putting signs on the bridge. Someone's just come out actually. So there's nothing we want. There's nothing really coming through the Vox really, which
we want.
Yeah, you just said that, yeah. What do you want? I don't know what this is. There's more of it. There's more of them here. These little white things. I don't know what they are.
them and government.
So someone's just walking past me, that's why I'm filming the floor. I don't really want to reveal anything, but it said 2 people, and there's 2 people walking past me.
Ideas. Player.
So just show you the Viaduct if you've never seen it. I'm sure you can see the height of it. That should give you a look how high that is really. People down there actually. There's another trail down there that people are taking, but they're going to come up here. So that's just, I just want to show you that really, the Viaduct. And that's just a marker, Lancashire Railway. I think that's what that says, or something like that. So the route goes on further down, but there's not many features now. I mean, after the Viaduct, there's only the Healey Hall I could show you really, which I've done plenty of videos on that. Like, but this is a 40-mile marker. I think it's to Manchester. If you show you this, so that's a 40-mile marker. That's how many miles it is to Manchester then, 14 from here. And then that would have been maybe it were a switchboard, I'm not sure. But I think this were only a single track line, but again I don't know about that. And this is just obviously that's the spring there. This is just some of the historic spots of Healey Dell really, as you walk through Spodham Valley. So this is a viaduct under construction, probably around about the 18th century, as we mentioned before about the dates and, you know, when they started construction and when they finished. So let's have a look at some of Healey Dell's history, precisely really. I'll tell you what I know. So it was built in 1867 but didn't open to passengers until 1870, and then obviously it was operating until 1949, and then carried coal trains up until the 1960s. So I'm going to save more information about Healey Dell and the points I was making earlier for another night video that I'll do here. But let's move on to the next point, which is I think it's the twin bridges or something. And this is where I found something quite interesting about the bridges really, and why there's 2 specific little bridges the way they are. I'll show you what I mean. This is, I think they call it 2 bridges. I don't know why they call it 2 bridges. Maybe it's because there's 2 bridges. Oh, the twin bridges, sorry. So it was coal that was used early on in the 18th century as the Industrial Revolution began. I'm just reading, like, obviously some of this, the noise and the dirt from the railways that's gone the area around the double bridge is a haven for wildlife. And he's just talking about bluebells and woodpeckers that live around here. Right, so I've got 2 points to make here. The second one's related to this bridge and why there's two bridges, but the first one is a point that I made earlier, and obviously these are the points that I want to make. Work began on a track in 1865 and it wasn't completed till 1881. This appeared to be a very difficult line and there was problems from the start. So if you want to pause this, you can do, and you can have a look at the points I'm trying to make. So my first point was at Broadley train station where there was a suspected murder actually, and that's what's causing my equipment to go off, and that's why I was getting magnetism. So that was in 1899, and obviously before that there was accidents, there was quite a lot, and there was a lot of deaths and injuries on this railway line. As I mentioned before, it was almost like it was cursed because there was obviously problems from the start, and the problems came in different places throughout construction. For example, it said the land and the route was unstable, and this was due to the valley bottoms. I mean, you can look more into this, but if you choose to go down this like kind of rabbit hole I did, but I want to get onto this next point, and this is about the twin bridges. As it says, there's two theories regarding the oddity of circulation. It states here, and obviously you can tell there was problems, and that's why they made two bridges. Is because there was a mistake somewhere. And the mistake was the bridge was 18 metres off, so they had to make another one, so 18 metres close to the hillside. So obviously this brought stability back to the track that they was trying to make. But this goes on to show some of the problems that you had, and it obviously came down to time, money, and the complexity of making this track. So there was problems from the beginning, like I mentioned. It goes on to say masonry that obviously got killed on the construction site. This would have been common back then because there would have been insufficient safety information and safety training for people to be doing the jobs, and obviously a lot of people would have fell from height, which was a common thing in construction back in that time. So there is a second theory on why there's two bridges. Nobody really knows why, and this is why we're spectating now. So I don't know whether the 18-metre thing is actually true or not. I'm just going off this document. The other theory is it was simply just put in the wrong place. So no one will really know why this second bridge was there. But for me, it just goes to show this network rail was cursed from the beginning, and still to this day, there's just lies so much activity, especially at night time on a full moon. This track, like I stated at the beginning, it's still littered with activity up and down the track bed, really, or the old cycle route. And this, you can only gather evidence on this using the right equipment. But I've had so many stories up and down this network from this cycle track 92 or this cycle track 661, and the history throughout this cycle track is absolutely amazing, if you ask me, because of the certain things that happened and the history behind it. So this is the favourite part of my walk. I've been to this location quite a few times at different times. It always brings something good, so I'll show you now. You. That's what I call the last train tunnel of Rochdale. This is like the last feature of the line. It's only about 50 yards or something. But this is a really good place to come for paranormal stuff. I don't know what the fuck that was, and I've never heard that before. For paranormal stuff. I don't know what the fuck that was, and I've never heard that before. It's good here when it's dry, like it is now.
Leave it.
I've never heard that before. You can see the black soot in the roof. Isn't this frequency? I'll tell you once, yeah, I'll tell you a story. Me and Matt was here once and it said demon on one of my devices. It said, what's my name? And it said demon. Yeah, and then that tree started fucking shaking. I said, give me a proof that you're here. And that tree started shaking, all the leaves started fucking coming out of it. But the other one didn't, which was kind of weird. I might have a clip on that I can show you. There's other stuff that's happened here before as well.
And we can.
You're weak?
You're the little.
Present. That's quite relevant actually, because I walked over to the fucking... Well, yeah, it would be an ornament to you, yeah. That was good, that, actually. Let's play some yes or no. How'd you like that? If you're a demon. Right, do some yes or no if you want to do some of this then. Because obviously, you don't want to do the cat balls really, do you? Do some more if you want.
On no account.
On no... Why? Why not? Who's the woman that hung herself? Matt, there's no wind. Really. There's a bit now.
Peter.
I can't work out if that's natural or not.
Smell that electricity. Smell that again.
I can't smell it this time.
I can. Straight away.
Caught up with.
That tree started fucking shaking. I said, give me a proof that you're here. And that tree started shaking, all the leaves started fucking coming out of it. But the other one didn't, which was kind of weird. I might have a clip on that I can show you. There's other stuff that's happened here before as well.
And lower with. Sick. Sick.
Right, so that's it really. I just want to put it, just a quick video and just show these places, of Healey Dell, that for me are just well worth going back at night. It's all in the video now.